Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sony Simplified. My name is Jordan and I'm here today with Joe. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great, Jordan. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Thanks for asking. So before we get into today's video, guys, we're just going to ask that you like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can make more awesome Sony product content for you. So thanks for joining me today, Joe. I know you're here because I heard that you made a new purchase to complement your living room TV, a Bravia Theater Bar 6 maybe?
Yes, I did. And I am so excited to get this thing up and running. It's actually why I wanted to jump on here with you today, so you could help walk me through setting it up and maybe give me some tips and tricks or pointers that you may have for this brand new Bar 6.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to help out. For any of you guys watching out there, if maybe you recently also picked up a Theater Bar 6 or just curious to know more about it, stay tuned because in this short video, we're going to go over features of the Theater Bar 6, how to actually set the bar up, how to use the app to complete the setup, and then we'll give you some cool tips and tricks so you can really dial in the experience to your taste and the room that you're in. We are going to be having a live chat running while the stream is going. Joe, I'm going to ask for your help to monitor that. But if you guys have any questions, comments while the stream is going, please don't be shy, drop them in there. And after the video stream is over, we're going to be open for regular comments. So if you're watching this video after the live, feel free to drop a comment and I will be checking the chat and the comments periodically to reply to you guys after the fact, as will Joe. Cool. So let's actually get into what the Theater Bar 6 is and what makes it different and what makes it unique. So the Theater Bar 6 is Sony's latest premium soundbar, helping us get closer in our pursuit to bringing cinema home. It's an all-in-one system, meaning that everything you need to have an awesome experience comes in the box. So it's a 3.1.2 surround system, meaning you include the soundbar, which is the main attraction, that has a dedicated center channel to help with clear voices and dialogue. On top of the soundbar, you're going to have two height speakers right on top that are going to give you that dimension of sound overhead. And then you also include a sleek wireless subwoofer for deep bass. The soundbar does support the latest immersive audio formats, such as Dolby Atmos and DTSX, and it's also loaded with some Sony exclusive technology that's really going to enhance your experience, which we'll kind of talk about in just a minute.
You know, you really got me excited for this Bar 6, Jordan. How do we get this thing set up?
Well, yeah, glad you asked. Let's get down to brass tacks. So if you've ever set up a home theater system before, this is where things can get a little bit sideways. But the operative word here with the Theater Bar 6 is easy. So we've made it super easy to set up, and I'm going to kind of take you through physical setup now. So once you unbox the soundbar, you're going to place it right in front of your TV, centered. Just a little tip, if the stand or pedestal that's included with your television is causing the soundbar to sit slightly unevenly, we do include these neat little riser feet in the box with the Bar 6. Go ahead and install those and screw those on. And that'll give your soundbar just a little bit of lift to clear your television stand and make it sit flat. Also, if you're going to be wall mounting the soundbar instead, there is a very easy to follow template included in the box with the bar. You want to make sure that you use that to keep the soundbar level so you know where the mounting points are. Otherwise, it's going to end up crooked on your wall like I mounted it myself. Once you do that, you are going to plug the soundbar into power. Power cables, of course, included in the box. Also included in the box is going to be the HDMI cable, which is how it's going to connect to your TV. So just one cable is all you need. So you're going to go to the back of the Theater Bar 6 and you're going to plug one end of the HDMI cable into the HDMI port labeled EARC/ARC. And then you're going to need to find the same port on the back of your TV. So this is going to vary by your TV make and model. But if you do have a modern Sony TV, that's going to be HDMI input number 3 that you need to plug it into.
You know, that sounds real simple and easy, Jordan. Do you have any recommendations on where to place the subwoofer?
Yeah, continuing with the theme of easy, the subwoofer is wireless, like I said. So as long as you've got access to a power outlet, you can put it anywhere in the room that looks and sounds best to you. Once you plug it in and turn it on, it should automatically sync to the sound bar. So it's super easy.
I can't wait to listen to this sound bar. So that's it?
Almost. So you're almost there. You've got the physical part done. The hard work is done. Now comes the fun stuff. So once you power your TV on, your soundbar should power on automatically. And then you're going to want to download the Bravia Connect app to complete setup if you haven't downloaded it already. Just to make it easy, right? When you open the soundbar box, there's a printed QR code that you can scan with your mobile device's camera. That'll take you right to the App Store if you haven't already downloaded it. Once you launch the Bravia Connect app, it's going to ask you to sign in with a Sony account. If you don't have one, you can register for it really quickly within the app itself. Once that part's out of the way, you'll start the setup process in the application. So once the app is launched, the app is going to find the bar in your room. It may ask you to download some data first that it needs for your specific soundbar, in this case, the bar 6. Once that's done, it's going to detect the soundbar. It may ask you to move closer to the bar with your mobile device in order for it to be recognized. Once it recognizes the bar, it's going to play a small confirmation chime through the bar that you'll be able to hear. And once that's done, the bar is going to verify connection through the app to, one, your TV to make sure you have the TV connected to the right port. And two, it's going to also ask you to verify connection with the subwoofer. Once those two connections are confirmed, it's going to ask you for some important measurements. So it's going to ask for 3 measurements. One is going to be the distance between your main viewing position and the soundbar, the same distance between your main viewing position and your subwoofer. And then it's going to ask for the distance between the top of your soundbar and your ceiling. So it's going to give you a few options to choose from in the setup. I would say be as accurate as you possibly can. Don't take a guess if you're not sure. I'd recommend grabbing a tape measure to double check the measurements, or if you're fancy like me, a laser measure makes it easier to check, especially for the ceiling height.
I'm definitely not as fancy as you, Jordan. I'm going to go old school and use my tape measure. But
hey, whatever works.
Hey, that's right. It's the one that gets the job done. Well, that's all great. And I know that the soundbar has a dedicated center channel for clearer voices. But sometimes I still feel like that movies and TV shows are still a little bit hard to understand. Is there anything built into the soundbar to help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that's a common pain point. So what we've done is we've built in a dedicated voice mode into the bar 6. So you're going to access that by taking the included remote and just hitting that voice button, real easy. Or on the home page of the Bravia Connect app, you can tap the voice icon. What that's going to do is that's going to give you a little bit of a lift to voices to enhance vocal clarity. I know for me, it's super helpful because my girlfriend likes to have subtitles on all the time because she's afraid that she'll miss something in the movie and it becomes super distracting. So having the voice mode available helps me win some of those battles where I can watch my movies without the captioning on the bottom.
Well, I get very lucky, and that mode's really going to help me because my wife hates reading subtitles. So I'm pairing this bar with my Bravia 5. Does pairing my TV and my soundbar together, both being Sony, does it give me any advantages in the dialogue or the vocal?
Yeah, actually. So I'm glad that you brought that up. One, that's an awesome TV purchase. I'm sure they're going to go great together and you're going to enjoy those. And two, because you have a Bravia TV with the Theater Bar 6, you're going to unlock a feature that we call Voice Zoom 3. So Voice Zoom 3 is super cool. It's AI technology that we developed in our Sony Pictures division that they actually use for remastering classic movies. And what it's going to allow you to do is to boost the volume of just the human voice in the scene while keeping the volume of background stuff like music, sound effects, noise at the same volume level. So all you boost is the voice to increase intelligibility. It's going to give you much finer control than you'd normally get. It actually gives you a +6 to -6 control with the voices. So you might ask, like, why would you need a -6? It actually comes really handy where you're watching a sporting event like a baseball game. And let's say you really don't care or not interested in the commentary, you just want to watch the game. It actually allows you to take that voice and dial it back so it's lower in the mix.
I can't wait to play with that setting myself. I know hearing voices and dialogue has always been a struggle of mine throughout the years, so it's really nice to have something that really helps that. So I know with the Bravia 5, with the upscaling technology built into the TVs, that it helps take older videos such as DVDs or older TV shows and makes the picture look better. Does the Bar 6 have anything in it that helps translate from older audio formats and making it sound better?
Yeah, I mean, so far, Joe, you haven't been able to stump me. We've thought of everything. So for your older content, for people with large DVD, old video game, Blu-ray collections, you're gonna love this sound field feature here. So you're gonna hit the sound field button on the included remote, or again, you're gonna activate that through the Bravia Connect app. And what that does is, even for content that doesn't originally have surround sound, it's gonna add surround sound to it instantly when you activate the sound field. So my favorite is called the vertical surround engine. So that is a Sony exclusive sound mode that adds not only surround effects, but also height effects from the top speakers to any content. And it's really gonna enhance and bring your old content up a notch. It's gonna breathe new life into that stuff.
All right, well, I'm gonna try to stump you with this one, Jordan. So okay. I like to watch TV at night, and I don't like to disturb my wife while she's trying to sleep. So is there anything that I can use with the bar to keep it plugged in, or do I need to switch back to my TV speakers?
Again, Joe, I've got something for everything. So no, you don't need to turn the sound bar off. You can enjoy it anytime, day or night. I know because I'm a night owl. So we built in a night mode into the bar. So again, you can access that on the night button on your included remote, or on the Bravia Connect app, you just tap the night icon. What that's gonna do is it's gonna transform your sound bar into a mode that provides for clear and impactful low volume listening. So if you turn the volume down to not disturb others in the house, you're still gonna be able to hear everything in the scene, especially voices. To take it a step further, because I'm a night owl, we also have a bass adjustment. So you're gonna have a bass adjustment here and on the homepage of the Bravia Connect app. And what that's gonna do is gonna let you tailor the amount of bass that comes from your subwoofer. So I can tell you that subwoofer is pretty dang powerful, so it really bumps. I live in an apartment, so especially at night, I'm trying to not get evicted and have my neighbors hate me. So not only do I activate the night mode, I can also tamp the subwoofer down just a bit using the bass control. Really convenient.
Well, I definitely can't stump you today, Jordan. But bringing up the remote that you just showed, that does bring me to another question I have for you. So I know you can control the soundbar with your phone or the soundbar remote, but what happens if my phone, I've lost it in the couch like I do frequently, and I can't find that soundbar remote? Can I still control my soundbar?
Well, yes, you can, because you did mention earlier that you've got a Bravia 5. So with any modern Bravia TV, you're gonna unlock a feature that we call effortless control with Bravia. Sometimes I know I'm super immersed in a movie and I've got the lights out, and I may not want to pull my phone out and have the brightness kind of blare me in the face while I'm trying to focus on my movie. And we all know that remotes can get lost in couch cushions. So having to keep track of a second remote can be challenging, especially when you're immersed. So all you're gonna need is your Bravia TV remote. And with effortless control with Bravia, when you hit the quick settings button on the remote, that little gear icon right there, you're gonna mouse over, and every setting that we just talked about, every sound adjustment, including sound field, night mode, voice zoom, any control for your soundbar is gonna be populated directly in the menu of your Bravia TV. So you won't have to find your phone or even handle a second remote. It's all gonna be with your Bravia TV remote.
You know, Sony really has thought about everything with these soundbars. I cannot wait to host movie night later this weekend and wow people with this soundbar. It's just going to be, I can just feel it already. It's going to be epic. So awesome. My one last question for you is, so if I'm not watching TV or watching TV shows or movies or anything like that, can I use the soundbar as a Bluetooth speaker?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know in my house, music's always playing, even if I don't have the TV on. If I'm just working or thinking, I've got music playing. So that's what's awesome about the Bar 6, is it doubles as a large Bluetooth stereo system, even when your TV's off. So how you're gonna access that is you're gonna open up the Bravia Connect app, and right on the top, you're gonna see a tab that shows the input you're currently on and the audio format you're listening to. You're just gonna tap that and then switch it to Bluetooth. And then from there, you're going to pair the bar to your phone just like you would any other Bluetooth speaker or headphone, and you're in business. I just have one pro tip for music. So if you're listening to your favorite music from a streaming app, like I like to do, a lot of detail can be lost in the compression process from streaming. So if you go in the Bravia Connect app to the sound settings section, there's a setting that you can toggle on called DSEE or DC, rolls right off the tongue. That stands for the Digital Sound Enhancement Engine, which is, again, some more magic Sony fairy dust that we sprinkle on top of your music that restores a lot of the richness and detail that's lost during the compression process. So it's going to make your Bluetooth music sound even better.
Well, I'm definitely glad that you said that, Jordan, because that acronym always messes me up. Thank you very much for walking me through setting the soundbar up, the features of soundbars. I really think that all these tips are going to be helpful in all of my movie watching from here on out with this soundbar.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for hanging out with me, Joe. For you guys watching out there, hopefully this was helpful. Just to give you a quick recap, we went over the features of the Bar 6, how to actually set it up, how to set it up through the app, and some tips and tricks to really dial in the Bar 6 experience to your environment. Just before we go, Joe, do you have any questions in the live chat?
We don't have any right now, but like Jordan said earlier, we are going to be monitoring this chat. So once this video gets posted to our YouTube channel, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in there, and we will do the best we can to answer them in a timely manner.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that, Joe. So before we go, we're going to mention, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you never miss an update from us at Sony. And then we're going to ask, if you just purchased a Bar 6 or any other Sony product, feel free to register. We're going to urge you to register your products. When you register your products with us, we've got all your information. So if you need any support, we're able to help you much faster. And also we keep you in the loop with any exciting updates or new software for your product.
And the one other thing we offer here at Sony is a free 30-minute one-on-one consultation with a Sony expert. So please, if you guys have any questions about any of your Sony products, click the link here and sign up for a free 30-minute one-on-one consultation.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We do have some future topics coming up that you can check out on the screen. Just some ideas such as Google TV features and apps. If there's any videos that you guys would like for us to cover in the future, any topics, maybe a home theater or soundbar related topic, please let us know. We're going to use your ideas to keep making awesome content for you guys. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you have an existing Sony soundbar that maybe you're thinking of upgrading from, or one that you're just happy with, let us know which model you have in the comments. Aside from that, that's it. Thank you guys for sticking with us today. Again, I'm Jordan, and I'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
See you guys.